So we're on week 3, day 3. So starting off with ball jump. Like to do this as a bit of a movement prep before I do overhead axle press. And yeah, nothing fancy here really, just 8 sets of this with progressing length really. I do want to try and be more mobile and agile as well. Difficult when you're 317 pounds of body weight, but I think considering my weight, I don't think that's too bad, to be honest. So I think last week I did 67 inches, so there's 69. Now 71 inches, 1.8 metres. We're only on week 3 at the moment, but we're getting along with now just surpassed the 6 foot mark. So by the end of this 8-week block, I'm hoping to potentially beat my best, which I believe is 7 feet and 4 inches at the moment. So moving on now to axle bar clean and push press. So this is just a little warm up at the moment. 60 kilos or 132 pounds. Second warm up, I do about 4 of these warm ups and then I move straight into my EMOM sets. So third warm up. Notice I'm not wearing a belt yet, and I won't be using any elbow sleeves or wrist wraps at all. I'll probably only use them when I'm peaking. Because this is an off-season accumulation block, although I want to use a decent amount of weight, it shouldn't really be a grinder, and it should be something that I should be able to use. Notice I've now got the belt on for this last warm-up set at 100. So with these EMOM sets, it should be a decent weight, but not something that should be too difficult. So set number 1, 108.5 kilos or 239 pounds, just over 17 stone in old money. So the first week, week 1, I did 20 sets at 91 kilos or 200 pounds. Second week I did 100 kilos or 220, but I dropped down to 15 minutes. So today the plan is to do 1 rep every minute on the minute for 12 minutes. So set number 3 now. So yeah, the weight remains the same for all 12 sets. So that's number 3. So we're a quarter of the way there already. Bit annoying sometimes having to move that bar back in place, but there we are. At least with a log I don't have to do that. But I like to do the clean and the push press and just simulate how it'll be in a competition. That's set number 4 done, so we're a third of the way there now. I've edited out the rest times, otherwise the video just end up getting too long. Set number 5 now. So you don't really see it, but when I end the set, I go and sit down, have a quick sip of a drink, and by the time I get to sit down, I'll probably get about 30 seconds rest, if that, and then it's time to get up again and go again. So a bit of conditioning is built as well, because I'm barely resting. I'm just doing loads and loads of singles, just trying to practice how it will be. Before this, I watched Europe's Strongest Man 2010 with Sadrunas Savickas, who the event was a max overhead axle from floor to overhead, and Sadrunas won it with 193 kilos. When I'm doing log press or axle press, when I'm doing lots of overhead presses, sometimes I like to watch some strongman, usually Sadrunas, he's one of my favourites, and that just gets me in the mood for lifting. So set number 9 there, and yeah, these were all feeling comfortable really, to be honest. Didn't really have any issues. I couldn't decide whether to go for 107 or 110. I was thinking about going for 110, but that would have been another 10 kilo jump. And next week I think I'm dropping to 10 minutes, so I don't want to go too high too soon. I think next week I'll probably go to like 112 or something, and that will be just 10 sets of that. But yeah, this all moved really well, to be honest. No complaints here. So 12th and final set at 108.5, and yeah, it was all feeling good. So what did I do? I thought, okay, we'll have a bonus set. So I'm quickly adding 5 kilos, 2.5 to each side. But I still want to keep this, even though I'm changing the weight, I still want to keep it an EMOM. So because I've had to change that, that's eaten up some more of my rest time. So I think I only had about 20 seconds rest. And here we are, 250 pounds. I don't know why I stumbled on that. I shouldn't have done it. Once I pressed it, it felt okay. And yeah, that felt good. So I thought, okay, we'll do one more bonus set. Another 5 kilos goes on. 118.5 kilos or 261 pounds. I don't know why, this felt a lot harder than it should have been. I think I was just fatigued from the 12 sets. And I didn't quite get my foot placement there. And with that, I literally only had about 10 seconds rest. By the time I changed the weights, and I never even got to sit down. I was going to sit down, but there was just like 10 seconds left, so I decided to stand. And I could have gone higher, but I think fatigue just got the best of me, and I didn't want to chance it. It's an off-season block. I shouldn't be failing any lifts whatsoever. There shouldn't be any fails. So I didn't want to risk it, so I just left it alone. Moving on now, close grip incline ball press. I'm really starting to like these, and I'm going to love these as the weeks go on, because obviously I'll be dropping reps and increasing load. I normally train alone. I don't have a spotter. Again, notice no elbow sleeves, no wrist wraps. On an off-season accumulation block, I really want to make the lift harder, and I really don't want to use equipment or sleeves or wraps where I don't have to. So the first 2 weeks, this is basically like a linear pyramid that I'm doing here. So the first 2 weeks I would do 15 reps, add weight, do 12 reps, and then add more weight, and then do 10 reps. And then I repeated the same thing again on week 2, but with more weight. So what I've done this time is I've now dropped the reps. So instead of doing 15, 12 and 10, I'm now doing 12, 10 and 8. And yeah, that 115 for 8 actually felt a bit good. I can definitely go higher on that. So next week I'll be doing exactly the same on that. Again, it will be the same reps, 12, 10 and 8, but with more weight. So hopefully I'll probably be finishing on 120 or something, close grip. So that might not seem like a lot of weight to most people, but you've got to remember that I'm doing that in a fatigue state, because I've already done the overhead axle press. I've done like 14 sets of overhead axle press. And then of course I've done 12 reps and 10 reps before I do that 8. So I've already got the fatigue, which of course is, so by the time I get to 8 reps, that's limiting the amount of load that I can use. So please bear that in mind. But obviously I'm doing it deliberately, because I'm just trying to build volume and build a base here. Not trying to, if I was peaking, I would just go for a straight top set. But we're not doing any top set work here. So axle press behind the neck with no back support. This makes the exercise a lot harder, so again it limits the amount of load I can use. So I'm only using 72.5. Now if I was using a barbell and I had back support, I'd be using a lot more weight than this. But this really does humble you, where you've got no back support and it's an axle bar out of a rack. I've got no spot or anything. I'm training alone, so it does make the exercise a lot harder. But again, that's the point of it. During off season, I like to use exercises that are a lot harder than the main lift. The idea being, of course, that when I peak and go back to the regular lift, in theory, it should be easier. So IYT raises for shoulder stab. I didn't film the first 2 sets, so this is the third set at 8 kilos. First set I used 5 kilos in each hand. Second set 7.5 kilos in each hand, and then I finished with this 8, which actually was quite hard actually. So I might stay with this same way again. So here we are. Look, they've got some new weights in the gym, some new style weights. These 20s, these are the old style, and as you can see, they're a bit shabby and they're starting to fall apart a little bit. They're going now completely, and they're going to be replaced with these boys. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to using them. And there's the 5 kilo version of them, just to show you what they'll look like. So the gym will now use these plates. Okay, moving on. Standing Swiss bar close grip tricep extensions. If you've been following my videos, you'll notice that I've been doing these quite a bit now. Really liking these for triceps, and they're perfectly safe as well. No spotter required. Because if I can't do it, I just put it on the chest like so, and then put it back in the back again. The worst that it can do is drop on the ground, but then I'm using bumpers. I mean, yeah, well, it can drop on my head, but that's unlikely. And I'm really trying not to go to failure on these, and I'm trying to like train these really hard and really feel them triceps. So we've dropped to 8 reps this week now, and I'm really pleased now to get 47. Because triceps are a small muscle group, they fatigue quite easily. So I'm literally just progressing the load in very small amounts. The first week was 12 reps, last week was 10 reps, this week was 8 reps. So last week I think I used 44.5 for 10. So I've literally just increased by 2.5. I don't want to jump the weight up on these too much. That's not a good idea with a small muscle group like triceps, because sometimes even that 2.5 kilo can make all the difference. Okay, the Concept 2 rowing machine, final exercise of the day. I like to finish up with some conditioning. So I've speeded this up a bit just to make it so that the video doesn't get too long. So I'm basically doing 4 sets of 500 metres. So this is the first set, and as you can see, I'm up to 400 metres right there. And we're just coming up to 500. So I did that set in 1 minute 52. So the idea is to do 4 lots of 500 in under 1:55. All of them have to be under that. So set 2, as you can see, there's 1 minute 51, and set number 3 was 1 minute 49. So all 4 sets have to be under 1 minute 55. So far, so good. So this is the 4th and final set now. I only filmed the first set and the 4th set. So this is the 4th and final set now. Yeah, 200 metres. And this was actually the fastest of the 4, actually, because I knew it was going to be my last set. I just went all out on this. On the first couple of sets, I tried to like be a bit conservative. I'm still working hard, but I'm still trying to pace myself, knowing that I've still got more sets to go, because these are brutal. But here we are. We're coming up for 500. 1 minute 38, 39. There we are. 1 minute 40. Set 4. 1 minute and 40 seconds. So there you have it. All 4 sets in under 1:55. So next week I come back again, and I've got to do all 4 sets in under 1 minute 50 seconds. So yeah, that was really hard. I was nearly on the floor after that. So I can only imagine what next week's going to be like. But hey, going to keep pushing. Got to keep punting. So yeah, there we are. So next training session is going to be legs. Kind of dreading that away, because I know that's going to be hard, especially I've got to do 5 sets of 6 on front squats. So I'm going to end the video here. Just want to say thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and comment, and check out some of my other videos.